Welcome back for the 5th video on the summer event. This time, of course, starting off our 5th star. Today I wanted to play a more common lineup, that being a rank 5 cruiser lineup, and more specifically the Italian lineup at 5-7. This is quite a good cruiser lineup in general, and it's one I was grinding anyway. I still have to get the Italian battleships, so why not play it during the event as well? So without further ado, let's get right into the battle. We're on Black Sea port, and I first choose to spawn Raimondo Montecuccoli. Mainly because that actually isn't a rank 5 yet, and I want to get it spaded as fast as possible. We choose to spawn closest to Bravo and Charlie, because that is usually more contested. And looking at the Moffat and looking at the scoreboard, we are in quite a down tier. It's a good matchmaking for our cruisers. My thing right now is to just look over their spawns, see if I see anything noteworthy. Didn't see anything far out. Let's zoom out again, and we go over to the closer spawn, and we see just a cloud of destroyers. Our original plan is also to move towards Charlie, and, well, just to fight around Charlie and Bravo. So we turn broadside, get all our guns in on the action, and start firing some pot shots against these destroyers. In just a moment. I was waiting for the ship to level itself off again after the turn, as Montecuccoli with its high top speed tends to list quite severely in a heavy turn. So we're just taking some shots at these Moffats, hoping some of them will stick. Black Sea port isn't really my favorite map anymore. I used to kind of like it, but it's just... the zombie problem isn't all that nice on this map. There's very few places to hide. I'm shooting at this Moffat right here, but in a moment I'll be switching targets, because my original target right there is hiding behind a very low island and I'm having difficulties hitting its hull. So I switch to the target behind him, because I think I have a higher probability of hitting him. So we keep shooting, we zoom out every now and then to just keep our environmental awareness up, to see if there's any targets over on the flanks that I see. Any better targets. And we see the German destroyer right there, and he started opening fire at me, that's why I switched targets. He's also stationary. And we get a range in, there we go. Yes, that German destroyer is shooting me, so he is my top priority. Though he's not much of a threat. The only thing shooting me, so I shoot it. And my first salvo managed to detonate him. I'll never complain about that. Friendly SKR just bumping to the island, which is actually an old sight at this battle rating, because SKR-7 is a 4.3 vessel, and I'm playing 5.7s. But oh well, whatever floats his boat. We see a Congo line of Moffats, most likely all of them bots. So we'll try and slowly take them apart. However, in the meantime, whilst I was distracted by the German destroyer, my teammates have actually captured Charlie. So that means I will have to actually change my course soon and maybe head for Bravo. Back at me, so I definitely want to sink it first. Frank Knox back there is also shooting me. But these destroyers in general shouldn't be that big of a threat towards my Montecuccoli. If that is how I pronounce it. That Moffat sunk. I switch target when it was 5% because it would have sunk at 5% anyways. And switch to the next Moffat. So out again to look around for coastal vessels and any other threats. And now we're starting to turn around to head towards Bravo. We stop firing for a moment just so I can start rotating my rear turrets around already. And get my course sorted out first. Again, these botters and these destroyers aren't that big of a threat, so I don't really care about firing all the time. Now that I've got my course sorted out roughly, I'll start opening up again. gets taken out by a friendly Belfast. And we switch to the Moffat over there. Whilst still keeping an eye on our course so we don't run into the island. We keep shooting at the Moffat. Although we're missing quite badly. Well, I'm missing quite badly. And the Moffat sinks before it can get any solid hits into it. Still moving towards Bravo at full speed. And shooting at our next target, which is another destroyer by the looks of it. Another Moffat. At this point, I also had the option to just sit behind this island for a second and send out my recon aircraft to maybe capture Alpha before moving on to Bravo. But I decided against it and just focus on Bravo instead. We're also already winning, we're not really under any coastal vessel threat by the looks of it. We've got a decent ticket lead as well, so I don't have to worry. This Moffat should sink soon, but I'm still trying to get the detonation, because it's always satisfying to sink Moffats by detonation. There we go. And in the background I'm seeing a few cruisers, so I need to start being a bit careful. However, both of them are bow in, so they'll be a difficult target. And that's when I notice, I don't know if you notice as well, on the left hand side there, the detonation, lovely. The Eugen is starting to shoot me. And I'm always a bit suspicious about Eugens sitting still in their spawn and firing their secondaries together with their main guns. A lot of bots have been doing that recently, and I'm not too confident against these Eugen bots, seeing as their aim has been quite lethal. Another cruiser in front there as well, but I'm not too worried about it because it's not shooting me, the Eugen is. So I want to prioritize it. However, the Eugen is behind an island mass that I cannot shoot over effectively, so I switch targets, hoping that just staying bow in will be good enough. I switch targets to this Moffat, which is a very low crew, so hopefully will be another kill, but it's an assist, that's fine. There we have two more cruisers, which is quite difficult for me to deal with, especially since they're bow in as well, and I'm in a light cruiser, so my firepower isn't quite good enough to just punch straight through their bow. However, still good. A bit low on crew for how little damage we've taken, but we're still well on target to get into the capture point, and here is where things start going a bit wrong. Bridge gets taken out, one of my turrets gets taken out, and I'm on fire. And for some reason my automatic fire extinguishing wasn't enabled. So we deal with that, shoot at this French cruiser in front, and come to a halt in the capture point. Apparently my bridge wasn't actually completely knocked out yet. That German destroyer player runs in front there again. That will most likely be my next target, as is it's broadside on. Although I don't actually remember if I shoot at him or not. Yeah, there we go. It's fruitless to shoot at this French bow and cruiser, sorry. So I switch over to the German destroyer. And then get detonated by the Prinz Eugen bow on. Which I didn't expect, but oh well, what can I do about it? So now with both Charlie and Bravo secure, I spawn up north in the Zara. The Zara being my most stock cruiser out of my Italian 5.7s. So I want to get some playtime into it, and also, as it is a rank 5, I get the maximum score multiplier by spawning it in. Although I would have gotten the maximum score multiplier by spawning a Bruzzi as well. You see a Moffat 13.5 kilometers out, we take a pot shot at it, because why not? Any moment now, and there we go. The Zara class heavy cruiser is quite a good heavy cruiser, although not as survivable as it used to be. But the guns still pack a decent punch. However, I really wish I had the crew level to expert my crew, because a 20-second reload is quite long for a heavy cruiser. In my opinion, at least. But we carry on, shooting at these destroyers from long range. Every now and then zoom out to see where my shots are landing, and there they come. And it was a one-shot. Lovely. Next target will be that Frank Knox, almost 11 kilometers away. And we slowly but surely make our way to Alpha. Here I checked the Eugen player because I was suspicious that it might be a bot account, but looking at it, it's still a bit odd. The kind of, you know, the service record for his blue water ships is still a bit suspicious. It doesn't have nearly enough battles played for me to really want to report him, but still suspicious nonetheless. But anyways, we continue on with our match. And slowly but surely turn our ways toward Alpha. Here I have a choice between a Courage, I believe, which is an Eugenia de Savoia class cruiser, or a Krasny Krim. From what I know, the Krasny Krim is a bit of a pain to try and sink by crew damage if I try and target this, what I assume is a Courage type cruiser. But seeing how fast the tickets are currently bleeding, seeing how few enemies are left, we should be fine. However, the enemy has started capturing Charlie, so I do need to continue making my way over to Alpha. In the meantime, just taking pot shots at this cruiser. At this point, I'm looking at the ticket bleed, I'm looking at their capture progress, and I'm thinking this match will be over before they'll be able to cap. So in short, that was my first match of the day. Quite uneventful, but that's just how some of these matches can be, quite uneventful. But still more than good enough for grinding the star. Although a bit boring, I guess. There we go. 1861 score for that one match, and after multipliers are applied, that should be a little over, let me check, a little close to 5,000 score, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I didn't only play this lineup today, I played the first battle in this lineup, I played a few more battles in this lineup, and then went back to my frigate lineup with the Japanese. So yes, for the majority of my battles today I played the Japanese frigates, although didn't really have the best of time with quite a few up there and not the best of maps for that Ayanami either. And I also played a few battles at the lower tiers and what will be tomorrow's video, well, and what will be the next video. But I'll keep that lineup a secret for just now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. We are one step closer to Renown, and I'll see you all in the next one.